Hello, hello. Andrea Reynolds, and I'm having one of those days where I don't even like myself, because I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Hello, Erica. I was so frustrated because, I don't beat a dead horse about my stupid arm, but frustrated with my arm. I went to work out, and even my arm was holding me back there, so I've just been a cranky pants all day, and well, I just took a shower, so my hair's wet. But anyways, I want to do something that makes me happy, which is periscoping. So I am Andrea Reynolds. I am a 5th grade teacher in Metro Atlanta, Georgia, and you're going to be shocked when I get ready to tell you something about math, because that is not my hello, hi Carrie. That is not my expertise, but I am excellent at finding stuff for math, even though it doesn't love me. I'm just teaching science and social studies this year. I know a lot of you have already heard of LearnZillion, but I want to show you kind of how I've used it in the past. Hello, tweeting second. Geez, I should have put my glasses on. But I want to show you another one that you might not have heard of. Okay, so I've got an oldie but a goodie, and then I've got one that might be a newbie for you. Let's get started before my internet decides to crap out, because that's been happening all day too. But anyways, LearnZillion, and both of these are free. Even if you're not Common Core aligned, or your state has broken up with Common Core, you still need to challenge your kiddos oh, and I've got this too. I was going to save this for the end and make you watch the whole thing, but there's the 2 sites I'm going to show you. There's a spoiler for what they are. I'll put that back on at the end. But anyways, you still need to be able to challenge your students. And I'm so glad that this saved my password, because I had no idea what it was. But anyways, what you can do for this one is you can search by Common Core standard that you want for language arts or math. Now, there's not very much reading. It's mostly, they've added some more, but it's mostly grammar kind of stuff. They've been adding more close reading, which is really good, because I know I use close reading across the curriculum. Literacy, integrating literacy is something that is a passion of mine. I love social studies. I love integrating literacy. And I love finding stuff on the internet, of course, especially stuff that is free. So you can go through and you can build your own little unit with the close reading lessons, or what you can do is assign create classes, and this is what I did last year. Like I said, I don't teach math this year, so I have not done, this is actually my kids from last year. Like, you make them a little code, and they can log in with the code, then you can differentiate and plan for the different levels that you have. Like for newcomers, I didn't even assign any last year. I think I just started this one in Khan Academy and never followed through. Story of my life. But I could go on here and I could pull up like a maybe like a 1st grade lesson for one of my ELL newcomers, or I could pull up, like a 7th grade lesson. One thing that I've done with the math especially, and you can see they give you a little like scope and sequence of Common Core Navigator of the math. They have a whole complete curriculum. This is kind of what you make of it. You can search by the standard, like I said, or you can just search by topic, because there's a search feature right there. But something I do and they have like homework, they have lesson plans, they have PowerPoints, they have videos. What I did with the videos, a lot of them, is I downloaded them myself. Because let's face it, on these people's voices, they're like, now we are going to learn to do the area model. And I was like, okay, I can't deal with that. I'm far more animated and interesting than that. Now, here's one, for example. This does not compute with my brain. You are welcome. I know. This does not compute with my brain at all, teaching this area model nonsense. I like the partial product. I liked that one, and my kids liked the lattice method. But this, last year, I was like, I don't know what in the world that is. That still doesn't make sense to me, because it's like the spaces aren't even. So I definitely, the standards that are a little tricky, I would pull that, because I'm not a logical puzzle brain thinker. I'm a creative, visionary, whatever thinker, artistic person, not artistic, but creative. So I downloaded the slides, and you'll see at the beginning they give you like a real clear learning target. They give you like a review, like building your vocabulary you should already know. And then they give you even like a common mistake, because I don't know about y'all, but a lot of our tests have questions where the kids have to analyze mistakes and explain like what someone did wrong. So that's really important. Decomposing. Yeah, I just don't, yeah. No. The fraction stuff, I get the fraction stuff. Because I can draw, especially like the dividing fractions, I get it with the models. But this, I'm like, no. Let's just go old school standard algorithm. And then they give you like guided practice. And then at the end, here's why I like this, because it's got an extension activity. So you can differentiate for every single one of your little kiddos. Like I said, I have not used it this year, but they even have quizzes and everything. I know. I just don't. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you ever do that to solve a math problem? And now I don't buy into that whole Common Core propaganda. I don't think there's anything wrong with having students explain their thinking and having a variety of ways to solve problems. But some of the ways that they have to prove math, and like now in our 5th grade standards, they've taken out like the traditional algorithm for division. I'm like, what? And the kids have to do this partial product division crap. Now that, I don't understand it with division. But I'm just glad I'm not teaching math this year. And the rest of the world is glad too. All right, so that's kind of what I've done. You can download the slideshows, like I said, and just kind of go through them at your own pace instead of just playing the videos. You could probably also, if you have a website, upload the videos to it. Like I said, we have a portal and we can create stuff on our own course page. So, like I said, you can just do this as whole group. This would be great for a small group activity. Kids could go through these together in stations with partners. So language arts, and there's some good poetry lessons on here too, because I know poetry is something that always pops up on our tests, and it's something that's confusing to kids. Okay, so I'm sure a lot of you have used this one. Like I said, it's free, and I know they sometimes invite teachers to give their feedback and stuff like that, but it's one of those things I just never have time for. So the other one you may not have heard of, and it's also free. There is a membership option. This is Front Row Ed, and make sure you do Front Row Ed, not just Front Row, because that does not come up with this. Another teacher at my school shared this last year, and the English language arts component is new. And I finally got a reminder, because you can sign up for reports for your kids. What they do is they do like a skilled thing, like an assessment first, to kind of like a pretest to get them leveled. And what I like about this, the difference between this one and Learn Zillion, is you can it's on their level, okay, which is good because it builds the background and it fills in those gaps. Because I don't know about y'all, but I don't even teach math, but I know they have math for morning work, and I see them struggling, and it's just painful. They just have a lot of gaps for some reason, because too much, don't even get me started, too much is expected of them. But you have to have them practice the 5th grade stuff if they're taking the 5th grade test or whatever grade. But this can go back, and some of mine still struggle with subtraction. I'm like, what? Regrouping? Okay, when I taught 2nd grade I did that, but you know, this goes back and does that first, and then what they do is they compete, and they get like medals and stuff like that, and they get so excited to compete for the medals. And some of my kids last year, I was like, that's great that you are getting medals, but guess what? You tested at a 2nd grade level, so that's not really something to be excited about. Some of them, of course, like my kids that are brand new to the country, that's a different story. But my kids that just rushed through and didn't take it seriously, I was like, wow, way to go. You're on a 2nd grade level. You're showing off about that. But anyways, I think you can assign lessons on this one. I'm not sure, but it just gives them practice. Yeah. It's really scary. It's so scary when they come to 5th grade and they don't understand the whole like base 10. You regroup when there are 10 of something. It's really scary. And it's very hard. Yeah. It's very hard to go back and teach that when you're supposed to be like, I don't know about y'all's curriculum, but ours is like lightning speed. You have to fly through lightning speed. And I do have a free teacher account, and there is an option like to pay for it or something, but I, am not paying for it, and I don't know what would be different. So what's really cool is the English language arts, and this is new this year, and I have not even used it. I just thought about it because they, like I said, they will email you reports, and then they always say, you have no students that completed it. I'm like, yeah, because my kids from last year are in 6th grade and they're not doing the assignments anymore. The class that I managed last year, because we're departmentalized, and my kiddos are signed up with their math teacher, or I don't even know if they're using this because they're using something else called iReady, and I don't know anything about that to help you with that. But the reason I like this is because let's hope stars and planets. Oh, the stars and planets aligned. Holy cow, it worked. What you can do is you can search by like content area and the standards, and these are all. This is Front Row Ed, and the other one was LearnZillion. And I figure a lot of people already know about LearnZillion, but Front Row Ed, this was something that was new to me last year. I have a slide that I'll put back up at the end, but you can search by genre, and you can search by the skill. And why I like this is because I teach social studies and science. And so clearly I was like, oh, history, oh, science, oh, biographies, right there. All of those things fit into those topics. And they are also, I think you can look at that, available at 5 different grade levels. So you can meet the needs of all of your kids, because I don't know about y'all, but my little babies, the newcomers that come, and I don't like to have them do stuff that looks like it's kindergarten because they're just learning English. So what I will do is I will give them a passage that maybe is a different level, and ReadWorks is a good one too. And but it's like the same topic, and I will just have them, or sometimes I'll even give them the same one, and I'll just tell them to circle sight words while the other kids are doing the annotations and stuff like that. Well, this is for teachers, so if you're not a teacher, it's probably not going to be of any interest to you at all. So deuces. Peace out. But anyways, I know we cover Tuskegee Airmen, Statue of Liberty, hurricanes, all this stuff. So I am definitely going to utilize this. I knew that they had added the language arts, but it's like, I don't know about y'all, but I'm like, okay, I have 5 bazillion resources and things pinned on Pinterest, but the time to do it, not so much. So this is one of those that I'm glad I took a look at, because the nonfiction reading is obviously so important with the Common Core and the way our assessments are. Now I think they just have, like I said, they have just a close reading, and I'm not sure about like a leveled kind of a thing where they take an assessment let's see what else it said. I'll have to explore this a little bit more. Assign individual practice reports. Okay, I guess there is some kind of component that you can assign it. Monitor ELA schools to see how well they performed. Okay, I'm not really sure how all this works, but it seems like it has a good capability, because it seems like there's so much out there for math for the kids to practice, but not so much for reading, like that levels them. I really like IXL.com too. That's a good one. Now that's a paid one, but you can do so many problems for free. Here are the sites again. LearnZillion and Front Row Ed. Like I said, they are both free. Yes, New Zealand. I've tried that one too. Or News ELA. I call it New Zealand. Yeah, that one, that ReadWorks, I've been using that a lot because science, I have so much for social studies. I really don't have a lot for science, close reading passage-wise, because I don't want to have it, but I just have to make myself put more effort into teaching science to make it as magical as I do social studies. But anyways, yeah, it's really good. Oh, it's telling me my phone is almost full of storage. Yes, I know, because I've taken like a million pictures of my kids at school, and a million pictures like for blog posts. But anyways, I know that Jess is getting ready to come on. I've tried it and I didn't really see, I was looking for something in particular like Pompeii, and I was like, great, they didn't have anything for Pompeii. So I couldn't really find anything at that time. But I know Jess is going to come on here and do the TBT on iTeach TV network soon. And I'm really excited about 5th grade lab that's in the works. That's coming in a couple of weeks. And I hope everyone has a happy Thanksgiving. This made me happy doing a Periscope broadcast and helped me get out of my cranky pants mood a little bit. So, thank you for watching, and I'm going to go dry my hair, and I'm sure I will, bye, Tania. Oh, I can't wait for you tonight on Teach Happy Masterclass. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. I will see you guys all soon. Oh, I don't want to freeze it on my face. All right, I definitely will. I don't want to freeze it on my face. I guess that's what New Zealand is one of those things you just have to play around with to see. I didn't want to cut it off mid-conversation. Y'all were talking about that. But anyways, thank you.